5 seconds. Cue titles on 3. Cue music.
And hello, welcome to the first episode of John Coombs online, talking about drawing, and in fact doing a drawing, if the pen works, of course. Hello to everyone that's tuned in, Ravi and Alicia, and Gareth Jones down in London. Gareth, who has helped me immensely with this, who did about 11 Friday night live streams on YouTube from the beginning of lockdown, and really sort of wrestled all the problems with OBS live streaming and such like, and has helped me immensely on this. And so initially the idea came from a good friend, Ninon, who's an amazing French flautist, and she invited me into a sort of musical salon on air, on Zoom, again in the midst of the lockdown. And there were some fabulous musicians from Africa and Italy and France playing guitars and pianos and singing. And I was watching in awe and thought, well, what could I do? I can't do music. I like music. I just don't know how it works. So I thought, well, I could maybe do a drawing. I had a drawing I had to finish that day. So I set up my camera that I usually do the Zoom chat with and sort of pointed it down and did a drawing whilst they were all playing this fantastic music and things. And it was very well received, and everyone thought it was wonderful. And Ninon said I should do a drawing on air, on live. So here I am now. We're going to do a drawing. We're going to do a drawing of a pear. So unless you haven't been paying attention, you'll have seen these things I've been drawing. And we're not going to draw just any pear. We're going to draw these pears, which are currently sitting in front of me. And when you're selecting fruit, obviously you want fruit to look like fruit. And also you need it to stand up. I got about 12 pears. Only about 4 of them stood up, and one of those was a bit manky. And I put a piece of white paper behind, that helps. So you can, because there's so many wires and bits and bats of gubbins here, it would be difficult to work out what was pear and what wasn't pear. So without further ado, we could start here, which is that desperate item, the blank piece of paper. It's for artists and for writers alike. I know Martin Riley knows about this. We've talked a lot about the blank piece of paper, the terrifying blank piece of paper. Make a mark on me if you dare. And it goes as well for buying sketchbooks. Don't buy really expensive sketchbooks. And don't start on page 1 of a sketchbook. You know, the pressure. If you buy an expensive sketchbook, or I got a beautiful sketchbook for Christmas once, a big one. And it took me over a year to pluck up courage to actually make a mark in it. The paper was thick and gorgeous, and it's really, really daunting. So don't start on page 1. Start a couple of pages in. And if you're going to buy a sketchbook, buy 6 sketchbooks. Draw in the middle one. That's the way I do it anyway. So let's see what we can do. People have said it'd be a good idea to have some music, so we'll have a little bit of music. Phil, if you're watching in Scotland, we might not get to your bit, depends how quickly I do the drawing, but the first bit is by the amazing Ian Sanderson, who's allowed me to use a piece of his music. So let's see if that works or not. And we'll start drawing the pears. And I will talk a little bit while we're drawing the pears. If you're doing this with fruit, always get fruit that's got a stalk on it, like an apple with a stalk and 2 leaves. It makes a break from the monotony of just drawing the fruit. Oranges are terrible because they're just round. And you spend a lot of the time getting the position of everything, thinking about the negative space as well as the positive space. But I have to say, if I could remember what it was I was going to say, drawing here is difficult. I've had to light this place so that you can see what I'm drawing, but that means the lighting on the pears is really coming at it from all sides. So there are no dark shadows. Again, if you're going to do a drawing, think about the lighting. Think about putting in light from one side so you get some good shadows. Anyway, back to the drawing. If you are there, if you have joined in, if you have joined in, if you have logged in, signed on, whatever, do leave a comment so I know that you're here. I can say hello. We've just about got the shape sorted out now, which is that we started to put some of. No, I beg your pardon. Yes, the shape. And we're starting to put. I'm starting weird. Yeah, Gareth told me off about that. Sorry, Gareth. I'm putting in some of the form now, which is the old cross hatching that we're all very popular with. No, wrong one. There we go, sorry. There we go. And yes, now, next piece of music comes from Phil in Scotland. Thank you very much for this piece that he sent down today. Let's get on with some of the drawing. What's going on here? What? Right, well, listen, I obviously need, oh, hello, no, we've started Ian again. I obviously need more music, guys. Send me your music to draw by. Well, hang on, let's just, wrong one. I've got comments here. Hello, Phil. Yeah, thank you for your music there. Hello, Monty. And everyone, good. And Daphne's there. I can't seem to get all the comments up here. I don't know why. Something. No, I can't seem to get all the comments there. There's Astrablaze. Hello, I've noticed you on my Instagram feed. Hope you're well this evening. Welcome to this. John Mee from Leeds. Gareth Pedrick, who I haven't seen for ages. Hi. Greg Walker. Hello, sir. Thank you for watching and helping out. And Tim near Halifax. The sound man, masterful. I hope the sound's all right, Tim. I hope it's working okay. And Daphne is watching as well, I believe. Let's play Ian's piece again, because it's wonderful, and we'll do a little bit more of the drawing. What is Gareth's comment? You probably heard that. What did you say, Gareth? I can't find your comment here for some reason. But you know all about that, Gareth. You know all about these little glitches. This pair here really. Oh, I see. Yes. It's all so well lit. It's hard to. I've actually not got to make it up, but I've got to really look hard. Look hard, though. That's the clue. Look hard. Just pause you there for a moment, Ian. Thank you. Look hard. Look. We can't see. We go around. We recognise everything. we don't see. That's why you can't find your car keys, and they're 9 inches away from where you thought they were. We just recognise everything. If you think about a camera with, I don't know, we've got 2.5 million pixels in there. Well, each eye has got all these rods and cones, 250 million pixels, if you like, in each eye. We've got 2 of them, 4 of them, 2 of them, 2 eyes. So your brain actually can't process that amount of information coming in. So what it does is it will very cleverly, a bit like JPEG algorithm does, if you know the JPEG algorithm, which I'm sure you all do. I'll leave the JPEG algorithm for another time. But so your brain gets all this information coming in, far too much to process. So if it recognizes any of it, it just goes, oh, that's one of those. Even if what you're seeing is that, it goes, oh, I see, it's one of those. So if it's a bus, just a minute, my runners are bringing in the comments here. We want Gareth was singing along to the music. Wonderful. Thank you, Gareth. So what was that? Yes, so we just recognise everything. And your brain just sort of automatically switches to things that you recognise, which is why you can't draw somebody's portrait most of the time you can't draw somebody's portrait. And why, though, as I mentioned in the test piece for this, when you cross the road and avoid getting run over by a double-decker bus, you can't draw the bus when you get to the other side because you're so scared. No, because actually you haven't seen it. All you've done is recognise it's a big red thing that will kill you. You haven't seen that bus. So to draw something, you've got to try and twist your brain out of the recognition phase and train your eyes to look and then to see what's there. Not just recognise, oh, that's a pear. Pears are pear-shaped. Boom, there we go. But what's this pear look like? How actually is that curve? What happens here? Where are the dark patches? Where are the light patches? When I do workshops in drawing, sneaking up on drawing, I get people to draw upside down. I get people to draw with their other hand. Lots of things, not them upside down, the object is upside down. Anything to disturb what you're looking at, to try and stop you recognising the pear and to make you look and see the pear. Back to the pear. And there it is. Your brain is a very complicated and tricky thing. It fools you into all sorts of complicated ideas. And then you've got the shadow. So this pear is casting a bit of a shadow on this pear. That'll help give it a sense of depth. Lines that come in front can be heavier than lines that go behind. Woo! Nearly lost it all. And not only have I drawn pears and other such fruit, but I've also painted pears. And here's some pears I painted a long time ago. These were painted, I don't know, this is acrylic on canvas. I hadn't got a big enough studio to start using oil paint. Oil paint you need a lot of space for. Oil paint is all over the place and it doesn't dry very quickly. You need to leave pictures up for a long time to dry between the layers. Acrylic paint, it dries very quickly and is great for that, but difficult to manipulate. You can't do that many on canvas mixing, layers, transparency, that sort of thing. But that was some pears that I did. This is then I moved into oils. These are Red Williams. Not bad, as the name suggests. These are quite small. They're about 200 millimeters high, 290 wide, about 300, about a foot wide. And then here they are, the green pears, the conference pears. Spend a long time. One of my great admire, one of the painters I admire greatly, the late Ewan Uglow. I spent a long time with his painting, so much so that the fruit actually rotted while he was painting it. And long time plotting all the points within the pears, the fruit, the model, the life model, the figure, getting every plane, every nuance, every colour balanced across. Beautiful stuff. Look at the work of Ewan Uglow. If you want to have a treat, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Back to the pears. We're nearly there. Bit of a mark on this one. Pears, don't you find? They sort of, when they arrive, they're very, very hard. And they're like wood, you can't get into them. And then suddenly, boom, they're like liquid in the bottom of the fruit bowl. Right, a bit of shaping around that. And Phil up in Scotland, I realise you're not on the end roll on the credits tonight. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Phil. Fabulous guitarist called Phil. I can't pronounce your second name. McLachlan. Worked with him years ago in France, and subsequently, since then, over Facebook, become friends. I did some graphic design for them recently. Wonderful musician. They've been doing a lot of live music over on the Isolation Chamber on Facebook, if you want to come across that. Some wonderful musicians working up there. And I'm sorry, Phil, I didn't get your name on the end roller, but thank you very much for the song. We'll put your name up there next week, if there is a next week. Let's go back to the drawing. Nearly there, I think. Right, are we there, do you think? Well, I think as the music finishes, that's the pears for today. Thank you very much. And what do I draw next week? Please write your answers in the comments as to what I should draw next week. If at all, if anything, should I be on next week? Should we do another one of these? We could have, well, look, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, how wonderful. My children have just done, can't get everything working here. Stop trying to brush your hair. I've just done some drawing of pears for me. And for you, in fact. There they are. That's better, isn't it? God, I'm trying to move things around. Much better in colour, much better than mine were. So thank you very much for those. So that's it for today, for this evening. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you again at the same time next week, I hope. Okay, bye.